difference? I didn't understand.
This is for the flag for the means the option, the optimized
one is
option
C++,
for the
the other is
CTP
Fortran.
and the fortune.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know this one. Okay. Others are makefile to how to do the make objects and other things. Another thing very important here is this one. This one is how to link. Different versions have different types of this part. So you cannot just simply copy the version for this file here, because sometimes they change it, and then you will fail to compile it because this part is different, totally different from the version file. Okay, so you should edit this origin file, then do some calculation. Okay, compilation. So when it's done, we can use the command makefile Linux iFork. Then we can compile it. Quite slow. This warning is okay because it's a new version. And this warning are also a very old type bug here. The people in the WhatsApp group are very lazy to remove this one. It exists for more than 5 or 10 years maybe. They really do not want to remove it. I don't know why. It's a very simple way to remove it, but people in the group don't want to do it. So then you can find several things here, right? And we also have a very important file named somehow .a, where it is here. This is what we need. This is a static lib for our VASP calculation. Okay? So
Static library?
Static library. So, okay, this is the first step we compile VASP, that is okay. Then we should pay attention to this part. Now we try to compare the source code. Okay, what we need to do is also we should change the compile makefile to choose the correct FC compiler. Then we should link to the FFT flag to find where the FFT lib locates. Okay, we should change the flags to our system. Here I changed it to a very high optimized. We have tested this one is okay for our system. This one we should use a lower one. This is because it is for debug and other options. We cannot use it. Other we can. And this one is a little bit trick here. What does this mean? This part means different types of CPUs have different types of their own instructions. Yes, instructions. Different instructions means the CPU run different commands to do some executions. But different CPUs have their own different type of instructions. With the development of CPU, people will develop their instructions to make the CPU run more faster and more efficient. So this one indicates different type of their instructions. This is not the latest right now. This is the last latest. It is very efficient, and the older one is 4.1 somehow. And others, we also have others. So what we implement here is we should add this instruction option here to make our new CPU can use the most efficient way. This is very important here. If you don't use this one, you will almost lose 20, even 50 efficient for some CPUs. Okay, so this is very important. But another way is we have a general option for this one. We can use minus X and capital HOST, host. It means it will defaultly use the latest instructions to write. But the problem is, if you run X minus X host, then this code cannot work on the CPUs without this instruction. It means if you run this code on another version CPU with the older version, without this instruction, the code will not work. But if you use this one, it will work, even the CPU don't have this instruction. So you should detailedly explain what's the instruction you will use here. Okay, right now we don't use one. Our CPU right now use another version, means minus X AVX. This is the latest CPU type. Okay, the next step is you need to link the class, the NumPack mathematical libraries there. It's a little bit different and very, very complicated. Why? Because Intel have a stupid mind. They always change their generation by generation. I don't know when I can find the correct way because they changed a lot. So what we need to do is tell where it is, what kind of static library you need to have. This one is for sequential calculations. This is the kernel. This one is for some NumPack, something else plus. All this should be linked. So this part is the most difficult part here. Because first it depends on the system. Second it depends on the version. And third is depends on how Intel wants to do it. So you cannot find it. You just go Google it and to find the correct one. Okay? Then you can have chance to correctly compile it. So when you have a new version, what you need to do is you should choose the correct here. And sometimes if you don't know, you just try. Then maybe you can find the correct.
Why you would please comment the obsolete settings? Which are the obsolete settings?
Excuse me?
You wrote please comment the obsolete settings.
Yes, because
where are they?
Just up this part. Because what you need to do, if you need to enable it, you should comment them. Let them disable. Otherwise, your configuration will not work.
But which comment exactly? The other plus and
no, yes, other plus. I will show you in the. I will show you in the.
I will explain about plus and LAPACK. What are plus? Plus means basic linear algebra system. It provides command to compute matrix multiplication, vector multiplication, and matrix vector multiplication, such things. LAPACK means solves linear systems. It provides the solutions to linear systems and eigen's singular value decomposition, such things. So they are very important in numerical scientific computation.
Yes.
This is why we use this, because it's designed by Intel, who created the processor. Yeah. So the other implementation must be not as efficient as
yes, because Intel know how their CPU works. So they have a very efficient way to let the mathematical library work much faster.
Yeah.
There is a story there. Okay, well, sorry. There is a story there. Once after time, Intel was beaten by AMD, right? So what Intel do is they release the version, the Intel compiler and MTL. Intel works very well, but the AMD works very, very bad, and even give you wrong results. So everybody complain. At that time, it bring a lot of confidence benefit for the Intel. So Intel sometimes do very bad and dummy things. Okay, so continue. Okay, so if you don't know, just Google it, find it. There should be some place you can find it. Every time I just find it on the website, I don't want to try it, so I waste of time. Then you should link the FFT here. What we do is, for example, this is the obsolete setting. You should comment it, okay? So what we need to do here is we link this part, these objectors to this Intel static library. Then choose the Intel compiler, MP Then choose the scan lamp part. Scan lamp part is scale lamp part. It is a multiple process lamp part. Okay. Then you should a little bit optimize the FFT here. Of course, you don't need to do it as well, but this can improve a little bit of the efficiency, make it work a little bit faster. Then you can use this one. Add the instructions options here. Everything's done. Then you need to copy the FFTW3.f to the VASP compiler folder. Then you can compile it. Okay, so the best way, if you want to compile is you have existing and good optimized compile makefile. So if you have already existing one, just copy it from someone already can do it. This is the most efficient way. If you don't have it, so edit all these things carefully and then try to get the lead. Even you have successfully compiled, then you should run some tests to check whether it's really good working. Sometimes even you successfully compiled, when you run it, you'll get some different kind of segment fault or something. So this is a very tricky work here. Okay. These options are for different kinds of VASPs. I'm not sure. This one is for gamma point. This one is for MD or something. Okay. So you can read the instructions for the compile file. Then you will find some ideas. Okay. Let's go to the here. Let's copy the VASP file 3.3 here. Then uncompress it. Let's go inside the. Okay, let's edit this way. We also use this. Okay, let's go line by line here. It's a little bit complicated. This one is the instructions here, okay? This is also obsolete instructions. We now use 2000. This is built on 2012. We now use 2014, right? Oh, this is also some kind of instruction. Okay.
Can you repeat
Which file do you open?
Okay. The same one.
The same
Make a file.
Linux iFortune P4.
Ah, the same.
Okay, let's skip to the. This one is for CPP. This one is for iFortune. It is already updated to. This one is for CPP. You should. Let's start. Okay, this one is for gamma point. All the things here are explained. When you use If you want to use the W, then you will use a gamma point. You should read it carefully. And other options. And this one is for MMT part, okay? This option. And this is, you should, if you want to use different types of options, you should uncomment this one to get the features and the functions explained above this part. And this is all the thing here. This is different types of optimize here. This is for SSE2 option, SSE4. This is all obsolete. This is all out of date. This is for different types of optimized. And blah blah something. This is FFT. This is plus. Oh, this is the default plus, right? What I mean to comment this the old obsolete. I mean comment this line here, and insert your lines here. This is the line path. There is a default one. Please comment this one and insert yours. Okay. And this is the plus part. This is the leave would be fine. Others are also okay. All this above is for serial version. Then we skip to the multiple process version, MPI version. This is for MPI section here. Almost everything the same to explain which are kind of. This is for open MPI, not for Intel MPI. If you want to use it, you should use MPI iFort. This is also the instructions for the different versions of us. Okay, let's skip again. This is SE. This is the lib. You should comment it. This is the parallel FFT. This is the parallel FFT 3D, and then everything's fine. Then this is the objection link part. Okay, this is very important. Yeah, what I will need to tell you is some people do very ridiculous thing. What they do, they already have a VASP 5.2 version and successfully compiled it. And then they want to compile the for version 5.3, right? Then they copy the already existing makefile to this folder. Then they don't change anything because everything is the same for the environment. When they compile, they found they met problems. Why? Because this part changed in the latest version. Because VASP changed. Why? They add new functions, new features, new files. So in this part, they will miss something, or they will have additional things they not existing right now. So what you need to do is, please do not simply copy old version part, make file to this part file.
But these are all the text files where there is actually a problem, right?
Yeah. So what you need to do is, you should edit this make file existing in the current directory here, and then make it work. Okay, do not simply copy it. Expect you have the same version. Copy it for others. Okay, what we should do is, you don't need to copy a lot of things here. You just copy what is the existing I already have, the makefile Qian here to your this place. Then everything will be done. If we want to learn more about it, read this file. I think it should work. What I did is change a lot of things here, as I said in the present the slides. I thought nothing done here, but okay, FFT flag is changed, right? Changes our latest version, I think, here. And use here, right? What I said. X host. You don't need to know what the CPU is right now, what is the instruction we use right now. Just use X host, it will automatically implement the highest instruction, the latest instruction here. Why we do this one? Because right now all our CPUs are the same type, same model, so we can use it. At the change one, we cannot do this one. because Jinshi the login node is MD node. If we compare the VAS with this comment, our Intel CPUs will not work, will complain. So at that place, I should use -X SSE 4.2 or -X AVX. This depends on what you would want to use, okay? But here we use this one. But if you want to implement in other machines, you should pay attention to this part. Others are okay. Here, I comment this part, I comment this one, right? I comment this one as well. I add our new MKL link, plus link, lambda link here. Okay? What I need to tell you, this part is not correct. Because what? Because we right now in our cluster use a new version of MKL. And the Intel have idea to change some of it. Some of it disappeared. Some new ones are added. So right now I don't know what works, so I just simply copy it here. But after some compile, you will find it doesn't work. Where is the correct file? In the already existing file folder, VAS.5.3.3. There, the makefile.qian is the correct one. You can differ them. Okay. Then this one doesn't change. Then FFT, we link the FFT here. Okay. Then for the MPI part, we change it to MPI i4. Okay. And then we also added the multiple. Okay, SCL is out here. Uncomment this part. Okay. If you remember correctly, in the version, in the default, this part is common. So uncomment this part. Make it work for multiple processors. Then the FFT part for, okay, you don't use this one because it's already defined before. Other parts are almost the same except the FFTW optimization part lines. Where is it? 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 I think it's supposed to be here. Right now. Okay, I think you can find it yourself. This one? Yes, this one. Yes, I changed it here. This is what I did here, right? Change it a little bit. Okay. Then everything is fine, right? We can differ it a little bit if you want. Okay, say.
Where from where have you copied the changed makefile? Can you show me?
This one. Under the master folder. Okay, I would like to mention this one is already compiled version. Okay, this one is already compiled version, and the correct makefile is under this folder. Okay, let's differ this file and the file inside this one. Okay, let's do some differ here. What the difference is? Okay, so many differences. Okay, it's okay. Oh, this is just to change the what? Or holding. This is a version. Yes, this is the version. This part is also the version. Okay, this part is the most different part. You can read it. I deleted something here. Okay. So
So in the normal folder VASP 5.3, we can find the correct makefile, right? Is what you're saying.
What do you mean?
In the folder VASP 5.
Yes. What I need to do is, you cannot just simply copy it. You should copy. Okay, let me go to see the new folder and copy. Okay, copy the folder in my correct one. This one, yes. Copy this one. Okay. Please copy this one. Copy this one here. Okay, copy this one. Not this one. Okay. This is the incorrect one because I didn't change the version here. Okay. So simply copy. Then everything is done here. -f make file. Then it started to compile. Okay, makefile -f makefile.qian. Okay, it will take you 15 minutes maybe, or sometimes 10 somehow. Then it works. So if we have a correct makefile, right, we will successfully make it. But unfortunately, you will not. Why? Because we forgot something here. We forgot to copy the ffTW3.f file in this under this folder. So you can let this continue. Then it will complain and stop. Then you can copy the ffTW from the instruction from the include folder and then continue and to type the make -f make.qian again. Then you will the compile will compile the VASP continuously. Okay, so this is what you need to do here. So you can have a try here and wait for a minute. Okay. Then in this time, I'll let you have some water.
Андрей, в трэше получается вот это? Я просто я понял, что на планшете с невозможно.
Ну, просто копирую файл и тогда команду.
Это надо на каждом компе, что ли, провести вот эту операцию?
Я не понял. На каждом известном нужно?
На каждом компе. Я не, ну, и в смысле, на каждом аккаунте.
А, да. Я не понял.
Guys, a quick communication. I've seen
Да,
some.
у вас был уже.
Guys,
Yes.
I've seen that someone put the talk for the 1st of May. It's closed here probably for the minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah. And Faye, can I ask you to give the talk in the 2nd week of May if you can? Because I will be away till the 11th and I would love to follow your talk about the navigation. If you can. If it is a problem, never mind.
I'm just suggesting. I'm not determined. It depends on the time. Okay.
See what you can do. If you cannot,
Понимаю, сейчас мы очень согласны, чтобы можно было собрать версию отличную от той, которая установлена для всех.
Ну просто версия она установлена уже. Есть версия.
Ну хорошо.
will you give me the Thank you.
Лекции для всех.
It's not from the very beginning.
Yes. But when he started playing with the make5, you were already recording, right?
Not from the beginning.
Да, да.